What's up, everybody? You already know who it is. It's Drip Guy Darrow, and I'm back at you guys with another banger. So in today's video, I do just want to talk about the Detroit Pistons. Now, for most of my most recent videos, I have shined light on good teams that are progressing during this season, but like I said in today's video, we gotta talk about the Detroit Pistons, and they are currently the worst team in the league. Now, in this video, I will pretty much explain exactly what makes this team so bad. So, hey, if you are interested in content like this, you already know what to do. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and hey, let's get right into it. Road to 500 subscribers. Alright, so to start off, I do just want to show you guys the NBA standings as of right now. And let's scroll down until we find the Detroit Pistons. Now, as you guys can see, in the Eastern Conference, the Detroit Pistons are the worst team. They're the 15th seed, and the thing that's very alarming is this right here. They are on a 17-game losing streak. So, like I said before, let's try to figure out exactly what's causing this team to be so bad. So, let's switch over to Basketball Reference. Shout out to them. And let's just go through it. Let's see what's going on with this team. So, currently, the team is 2-18. 15th in the Eastern Conference, and they did just actually take a L to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Their next game is against the Memphis Grizzlies. They do have a chance to possibly win and end this losing streak that they're on against the Memphis Grizzlies, because the Grizzlies aren't that good. And let's continue, man. Their coach is Monty Williams. Monty Williams, he did pretty good things with the Phoenix Suns, but his tenure with the Detroit Pistons has been horrible so far. Now, let's continue. Let's get into the nitty gritty. When it comes to points per game, they are 27th out of 30. So they don't score a lot of points, as you could tell. Also, when it comes to offensive, their offensive rating, they are 27th out of 30th as well. So their offense is just bad. When it comes to defense, their defensive rating is 24th out of 30th, so that's also bottom 15. So that means that their defense is bad, and their opponent's points per game is 23rd out of 30th. So the opposing team scores a lot of points. That's what that means. Now, the only saving grace I can say is that they do have, a high pace. They're 10th out of 30th when it comes to pace. So that does mean that they do tend to move a lot. They do tend to, run up and down the court a lot. But besides that, everything else, it just looks bad, man. It just looks bad. But let's scroll down. Let's talk about some of these players, man. Let's talk about some of these players. Because once you actually look at the stats of the players, that's when you really understand why this team is so bad. So let's start off with the best player on the team at the moment, Cade Cunningham. Now, he is averaging 22.4 points, but you kind of got to take it with a grain of salt. The reason I say that is because of the efficiency. His field goal percentage is 41%, which is horrible. His three-point percentage is 35%, which is league average, so that's a good thing. And he's shooting 6 of them, so at least he's league average with his 3. But besides that, it's nice to see that he hitting his free throws on 4 attempts. That's something nice to see. But the thing that's holding him back, like I said, is just the efficiency and also his turnovers. As we can see, 4.4 turnovers. Now, he is averaging 7.3 assists, but just having 4.4 turnovers, that's a lot of losing the ball. That's a lot of careless passes. And that's something you definitely don't need if you want to be, the main focal point of the team. Now, I can also account some of this to his teammates. let's be real, this team just isn't that good. So when you're on a team that isn't that good, more than likely your efficiency is going to be bad if you're trying to be the number one option on a bad team. More than likely you may have more turnovers because, the opposing team only really has to focus in on you. So that's something to note right there. Let's keep it moving. Isaiah Stewart, he is actually having a decent year, in my opinion, compared to previous years. Now, his field goal percentage is 44%. Of course, you want that to go up, especially with him playing the power forward center role. But something nice is that his three-point percentage is 37% on 4 attempts, which is pretty good for a power forward. I do want to note that. Now, let's continue going through this. Free throw percentage about 80%. That's not bad. Also, when it comes to things such as rebounds, you like that to be up 7.2 rebounds. But he was kind of undersized in his position. But overall, I'll say he having a pretty decent year. Jalen Duran, he having an alright year as well, but I still think that, I don't know, man. I don't see that star potential in him, but he's still having an alright year. I give him that. Field goal percentage pretty good, 62%. That's definitely good. He doesn't shoot threes, as we can see, really, and averaging 12.2 points per game. To me, the second best player is Asir Thompson. Now, he is shooting 46% from the field. His three-point percentage is bad, as we can see. But the thing that's really good about him is that, he can really rebound the ball, and he's not a center. He's like a small forward position. And shout out to Jalen Duran when it comes to rebounding. He's been pretty good rebounding. I do want to note that. But Asir Thompson, man, like I said, I think he's the second best player on the team. And it's mostly because of his rebounding and his defense, man. He plays great defense in his position. He knows his role, and who wouldn't want a 6'8" player who could rebound well and play great defense? The three will come along eventually. And for the rest of these players, let's just keep it real, man. They just not that good. I'm going to just keep it real. They just not that good. This team is really suffering from not having Bogdanovich, I'll say that, just because if you really just look at this team, what's something that you notice? That they don't really hit the three very well. And Bogdanovich, although his three-point percentage is very low, he's a career, for his career, he's usually above average when it comes to three. So that's something to note. Also, he's only played one game. But they're definitely suffering when it comes to not having Bojan Bogdanovich. But yeah, man, they really suffering not having him. Let's see who else we really need to talk about. Jaden Ivey, he all right. He only 21. But some players that I do want to shine some light on that need to get traded. At this point, I think it's a wrap for James Wiseman. Man, I'm going to just keep it real. It's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap. He just not that good. Marvin Bagley, he almost in that same boat, but I think Marvin Bagley, in my opinion, has been slightly better than James Wiseman. But both of these players, man, it might be a wrap. But just to go back to more of a team focus, let's look at some of their team stats. So when it comes to this team, like I said, I think the thing that really hurts this team is just that they don't really have a lot of spacing, man. They don't really have a lot of good three-point shooters, as you can see right here. When it comes to their three-point attempt rate, it is at 30th in the league. So that means they're dead last when it comes to three-point attempts. And I do want to say that kind of has to, you have to put some of that blame on the coach, Monty Williams, but at the same time, a lot of the players on their team just aren't that good of three-point shooters. So that's definitely another thing to note when it comes to this team, because, you know, when it comes to this team, when it comes to that three-point percentage, they are 25th, as you can see. So, you know, with them not hitting that many threes and also not attempting that many threes, of course your offense is going to be bad. And then, you know, they just don't really got too many great defensive players. Of course, it's Sir Thompson, but, you know, you got other players like Jalen Duran, who might be a big body, but isn't great defensively. You know, you got players like Cade Cunningham. He all right, but not just great defensively. And, you know, just a lot of young players who will make, you know, mistakes defensively on the defensive end. So that's just my thoughts on why the Detroit Pistons are so bad, man. But if you enjoyed this video, like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the motherfucking channel, turn on notifications and all that good stuff, and I'm out. Peace.